Hello and welcome to our brand new Active TV, bringing you on-demand workouts that you can do anytime at home. I'm Rachel, I'm a fitness instructor here at Active. I hope you're all doing well. Today we're just going to do a short 30-minute, really gentle yoga exercise so that you can stop and start at any time. Okay, so all you're going to need to start with is your mat, maybe a drop of water, nice comfortable clothing, take your shoes off if you can, okay? Remember, this is for all levels and don't do anything that's going to cause any pain, any discomfort. This is about de-stressing, getting your breath going and just mobilizing yourself, okay? So we'll start with the all 10 toes forward, feet nice and flat. Make sure you can feel all parts of the foot on the floor. Start zipping up through the legs, down with the bottom and up with the belly. Okay, right then. So today we're going to start with a really gentle yoga practice that's suitable for everyone. You can do bits, like I said in the beginning, because there's no intensity to it. So just think of it as less of a fitness class and more of a mobility, posture and relaxation session, okay? So don't do anything that pushes you to pain or discomfort. It's meant to be nice and relaxing. So 10 toes forward, feet flat, zipping up through the legs, drawing in through the belly, shoulders back and nice long arms, okay? We're just going to start with a couple of deep breaths. So inhale in and lift your arms when you're ready. Nice and slow, exhale in and just bend the knees, bringing the hands back down. So make sure all the heels and the toes stay down. Inhale, tighten everything up a bit. Exhale and come back down. And we're just going to pause there for a moment. So check that your knees are still apart, your feet are still apart, your shoulders are still rolled back. Your abs is drawn in a little bit. And we're just going to take the arms into the prayer pose for now, pushing into the floor. And then we're going to release the arms upwards. If that's comfortable for you, keep pressing into the floor. So this is your chair pose. And then we're going to take another breath in, reach all the way up and start to fold. So pushing your hips backwards. You could stop at your thighs here if you need to. Or if you feel like going all the way down, you can relax all the way down. So loosening up those legs and the back, and then soften the knees again. Start to slowly roll up, keep your chin down right until the end, coming up through the spine, and then opening the arms and fingers out wide. We're going to take a side stretch from here. So pop one hand onto your hips, start lifting the other one, come over, pushing both feet firmly into the ground. Take another breath in and taking the arms wide, opening your chest. And on your next breath out, other side, pushing into the feet, shoulders back, relaxing there for a moment, then coming back up, opening wide. Okay, so this time we're going to separate the feet a bit, coming wider, maybe turning the feet more diagonal here. We're going to bend the knees again into your Shiva Pose, otherwise known as Goddess Pose, taking the hands up at 90 degrees. Spread your fingers, pulling back, take another breath in. Remember only to bend as far as is comfortable. You can go low or you can stay quite high, it's up to you. Opening the chest, just see if you can hold that for a couple of breaths. Okay, so whenever you're ready to come out of these poses, you do so, okay? Toes flat. Straightening everything up, then watch your balance here into your star pose. And we're going to just let the arms come back down. We're going to turn this foot forward and this foot this way, okay? So nice and wide. Make sure your hips and chest are facing the front, shoulders back. Let's take a warrior two. So arms out, bending that knee over the ankle. Again, you don't have to go low, okay? It's up to you. We're going to swing the arms a little bit here. So let's drop this arm down for support. We're going to circle this one, take a big breath in. Reach down a little bit there if you want more of a stretch or not, it's all up to you. Both feet firmly down, inhaling, exhaling, and again, inhaling. And let's leave this arm down on the thigh for a moment. Pull back on the shoulders, see if we can lean down a little there. You don't have to if it's uncomfortable. And then come back up, back to your warrior two. Lovely. So we're going to straighten up this leg now and try a triangle pose, okay? So we're going to turn the hands forward. We're going to lean this way as far as you can so your hand is reaching over that foot. We're going to drop down. So you could rest on your thigh, you could rest on your shin, or if you're used to it, more flexible today, you could go to the floor, okay? This hand then is optional. You could take it to your hip, you could reach up, you could take it over your head, Think about what feels nice for you and just breathe. Start to pull in with your belly and see if you can hold it there, nice stretch. So that's your triangle. And then coming up, soften that knee if you want to, back to your warrior two. Nicely done, straighten back up, turn both feet forward this time then. Let's take a wide leg fold, so we're going to push the hips back, move forward with your chest and head. Try not to round here, okay? Try and flatten off that spine. So you could stop halfway in a flat back, or if you feel like it and your blood pressure isn't too high or too low, you don't feel dizzy, you can come down further and drop the head if you want to. You could get your head on the floor if you feel like it today. If not, just go where you want to. So we're going to bend the legs then and just slowly roll back up. Okay, let's do all that on the other side then. So shaking it off, feeling good. So we're going to separate those feet out again. This time this foot's facing me, this foot's facing that way, but your chest and your belly button are still facing forwards, okay? Arms out again, take a deep breath in. And as you breathe out, bend in that knee. So we want to try and keep the knee above the ankle, so it's less strain on it there. Try and hook under with your hips. Shoulders down, relax into your warrior two. Okay, so we're going to come down with this hand for a moment. And we're going to reach up. And we're going to reach down this way. Be careful not to lean too far. Reaching up. And reaching down. You can lift that hand if you prefer. It's just optional to drop it down there. And then we'll hold it this way. So when you're humble or your peaceful warrior, see if you can lift if you want to this side. If you feel too wobbly, just leave the hand down. So as much as you like to reach down that way. And then next breath in takes you back to your warrior two. Shoulders are back, feet firmly down, straightening up there. Let's try that triangle again. So we're going to lean this way first to lift out of the hips and relax this hand either to thigh, shin or floor. Be careful not to drop that shoulder downwards. We want to point it upwards. And then the arm can follow if you wish, or you can leave it on your hip, whatever suits you. So you could hold this for as long as you want, maybe an hour. Just joking. So just as long as it's comfortable, both feet flat. And in these poses, we're supposed to be thinking about how we feel, how our body feels, how we're breathing. So we can learn to get to know our bodies better. Let's bend this leg a little. Come back to your warrior two. Lovely. We're going to straighten up again then. Drop the arms and let's just wiggle those feet back in. So give your feet a kick just to come out of that. Take a drop of water if you need one. And we're going to try a couple of other things, okay? So this time we're going to turn a little bit. So we're going to turn in this direction. Come to the back of your mat to start with. And we're going to step forward on this leg, your leg closest to me. So you could do several steps forward if you're a bit unsteady, or you can just go for it and take one big one. We're going to try the warrior one. So your back leg is straight. You can turn your heel slightly towards the centre line if it makes you feel more steady. Your front leg is nicely bent. Get comfortable, take a couple of breaths. It's important that you make yoga comfortable for you. We're going to zip up again, pulling the belly in, lifting up your chest. And we're just going to lift the arms and breathe. So inhale, you don't have to lift them dead straight. And exhale, let the shoulders relax down. So your legs are doing a lot of the work. Inhale, strong legs, but soft, floaty arms. Exhaling down. And again, let the breath work with you. Inhale. And this time, see if you can lean forward a little bit. So you could stay here and just rest your hands on the backs of your hips, pulling back your elbows. This will help to broaden your chest area, get the breath in. Keep checking that your feet are flat, that your back legs are as straight as you can be. And then if you wanted to, you could go lower. If you wanted to change your hand position from overstretch, you can connect the hands and draw the shoulders back. You could go lower there. But it's important you choose your level, okay? So I'm just going to stay here for now, back to the first bit. So we're really stretching out those legs, building some strength as well. Deep breaths. And then we're going to straighten back up as we breathe in next. So see if you can turn that back foot slightly more forward again. As long as you don't feel unsafe, hold on if you need to. And we're going to take our pyramid from here. So keep the legs straight. Take a breath in, draw everything inwards. And as you breathe out, start to walk your hands down your front leg and stop when you feel you need to. So you may be staying here, you may have your hands on the floor. It's entirely up to you. We're going to hold that for a few deep breaths to see if you can make yourself more comfortable. You can check that your knees not locking up by bending it a little bit and that your feet are both pressed into the floor equally. So you can stay there again as long as you want to, as long as it feels good. And when you're ready to come out of it, you just soften that front knee again, start to rise up slowly, and then come back up so you're back in your warrior one. Okay, then you just step in and shake it off. So we'll do that on the other side. So I'm going to turn this way, back of the mat, and step forward again with the leg closest to me. Little steps or big steps. Back heel can turn in a bit. Knee over ankle if possible. Okay, drawing everything in. Let's lift the arms, breathe in, and relax. So the breath will help to calm your nervous system, help you to release some stress. Inhale and exhale, and again inhale. And this time just stop with the arms back again. Remember those options. So hands could be here, hands could be connected and drawn back, and if possible just lean forward a little or a lot. If you wanted to really push it, you can go further, but take it easy for you. You need to be able to breathe, to be able to focus, to feel the legs working. Take your time. So stay there until you're ready to drop the arms. And then we'll breathe in, come up and straighten that front leg. So maybe turning the back foot a little bit more forward. Okay, so straight legs now, zipped up. Remember with yoga it's a lot about alignment, so it's important that we're using all the different muscles and not just trying to get into a position, but the position has to be comfortable, to feel balanced and to feel nice. It's retraining your posture. So we're going to inhale again. Ready for pyramid, walking the hands down, stop wherever you want to, or go all the way if you want to, drop your head, but keep the pressure in both feet. So again, stay in there as long as you want to. And then when you're ready, when you feel like the backs of your legs have had a nice stretch, and then just soften the front leg, and you start slowly breathing in, coming up, and let the breath out. Then you can just step back in. Okay, lovely. So we're going to pedal through the feet, check the feet are nice and warm, legs are nice and warm now, we've opened the shoulders and the waist. So we're going to come down onto the floor now, okay, and do a few bits on the floor and then a very short relaxation. Right, so we're going to come down onto our hands and knees. We're going to make sure we're quite back, and we're going to place our hands under our shoulders and spread the fingers. So the knees are a little bit apart, each side of the line. The hands are quite wide. And what we want to make sure is that the arms aren't too far forward like that we're lining up the wrist, the elbow and the shoulder. So you feel nice and firm, you're not going anywhere. And we're going to do what we call a cat-cow. Nice for the spine, good for the core, and safe as well for during pregnancy, as long as you don't overstretch, okay? So the feet are nice and relaxed. You can start to draw your belly in as you curl your tailbone towards the floor and drop your chin. So you're rounding your spine, pushing the floor away from you. And on that point, you exhale. So you're pushing the air out of your belly. When you're ready to start breathing in, we'll do the opposite, which is the cow part. So we tuck the tail up, the belly hangs down, you arch the spine. You'll push your heart slightly forward, the space across the throat. And you can look up a little bit if you want to, or just close your eyes. We'll do that again. So on the out breath, you're rounding the spine, spreading the back muscles and the shoulder blades. And on the inhale, you're stretching the belly. But remember, you don't overstretch, okay? Tucking the tail up. One more like that. That's nice at any time as well, especially before bed. Exhale. And then inhale, space across the throat and chest. We'll take a child's pose now, which is a resting pose. So we pull the big toes together, slowly walk back because it may hurt your knees if you just plonk down. And if your bum can't reach your feet, you could always put a blanket or something under your knees, okay? From there, you can choose whether to stay up, if that's pulling on your thighs at all, or you can walk your hands out as far as you like and rest down. And if you feel you need more space under your belly and chest, you could separate the knees a bit more, which is called baby pose, and you can go lower towards the floor. So this is a resting pose, but it also helps to open the knee joint, the thighs, and the glutes. A nice little stretch, and you can stay there as long as you want. But we're going to come out of it. You're happy there, stay there. Walk back in then, and the knees come forward. So you could pause the video at any pose that you're really enjoying, and then maybe spend a couple of minutes there if you wanted to make it all a longer session, or you can come out of it with me. Okay, so we're going to sit on our bottoms, and you can cross your legs for this, or you could have the legs loosely out in front in a V, whatever suits you, okay? I'm going to cross mine for now and think about posture. So again, we're always trying to separate belly button and heart. We're always trying to lengthen this. Pull back on the shoulders and make space between chin and chest as well. So we're lengthening your whole core. Shoulders are back, and we're going to take a twist. For pregnancy and back issues, when you do any kind of twisting, you could just take it easy to a little bit of a diagonal degree, or if you're fine and your back's in good shape, you can twist as much as you want. But always remember that length, okay? So we're going to breathe in and out here a second. And then we're going to breathe in again. And on the breath out, we're taking this hand right back, or if you're easing off, just take it to the side, okay? I'm going to take mine further back, and this hand to the opposite knee. So check that feels comfortable, that you can still breathe, and then try and draw your shoulders back, lifting the heart. You can turn further if you want to, if you feel you need to rotate more. You could close your eyes there, check your knees are soft, your feet are relaxed, your belly's soft. So that's a lovely one to just sit with and breathe. Put some soft music on if you want to. You're really going to rotate, but it's not just your spine that's rotating, it's all the organs inside. So your digestive system's getting a bit of a squeeze. It's going to help things to move around. So again, you can hold that for a minute or two if you want. We're going to come back and re-stretch from there, and we're going to give ourselves a kutch. Cross the elbows, fingers round the back. If it's comfortable, maybe roll down towards the floor. Separating the shoulder blades. You can move a bit there if you want to. Don't make anything painful. And we'll do the other side. So deep breath in. And then relax, so shoulders down from the ears. We'll do that on the other side, okay? So breathe in. So always moving with the breath. We're going to take this hand back this time, or just to the side, up to you. This hand across to the knee. Pull back on the shoulders, lift your chest, lift your chin slightly. You could look back if you wanted to, it's wherever's comfortable. Try not to really lean back though, we want to be nice and tall. And you'll know when you've reached the point that you're happy to settle in, so just breathe. And once again, you stay there a bit longer if you want to. Check everything's relaxed. Okay, we're going to come back to center when you're ready then. So staff pose now. So you could turn your mat for this one. We're going to straighten out the legs as much as you can. I have my mat stuck to my feet. And we're going to work on these feet. So we're going to push the toes up, and then we're going to push the toes down. So if there's any ballet dancers amongst you, you'll be used to this one. So up, working the calves and ankles, and down. And then just kind of relax the feet, slightly pointing up if you can. And take note of this as well, because if your hips turn out, or if your knees are slightly misaligned, you may find you naturally sit with your toes one way. So see if you can just guide them upwards, knees pointing upwards as well if you can, and feel those sitting bones underneath you. So shoulders, hips, and bottom all lined up. So if you're comfortable, we're going to lift up and breathe in. If you feel too wobbly with your hands up, then leave them down. And we're going to bring them back down. So you may feel your back muscles working already because we're so used to sitting on chairs. We don't do much upright without support. So inhaling up, exhaling down, and again. The shoulders can lift a bit, that's fine. Inhaling and exhaling. So next time we breathe out, we're going to bend forward. So breathing in and start moving forward with your hands, with your head and with your chest. Don't think about going down with your head, think about going forward. So you may want to stay there and just put your hands down. Try and keep your heart lifted right until the end. If you're used to this and more flexible, you could hold your feet and you may be able to get your head all the way down. I'm going to leave it up so I can still talk to you, but that's up to you. And this is another one that you can sit with for as long as you want, trying to keep those feet facing away with the toes up. And when you're ready, we'll just slowly roll back up again. And we're going to do a couple of side leg stretches and then we'll go towards relaxation, okay? So we're going to open this leg just a little bit to the side. Now for some people, it may be just a foot. For others, if there's dancers or gymnasts there, you'll probably be in splits. But we want the sitting bones down and we're going to curl this leg in. So we don't want to roll the foot forward, we want it down, we still want the knee up. And we're going to take a side stretch, okay? So we're going to take this hand and pop it down just behind the leg and stretch towards that foot. And then make sure your heart's facing me again, shoulders back. You could just stay there. If that's a nice stretch out of your hip here, then you may just want to sit with that for a few breaths. If you want to make it deeper, you can lift this arm. You could take it straight up, or you may be able to take it over. You may even be able to grab your toes. See what you can do with it. Just pull back on that shoulder. I'll stay halfway for now. So the toes are up, the knees are up, this leg's relaxed. And again, just sit and breathe with it. So releasing tension from the hip and the back. Lovely. When you're ready, we just breathe in, come back up and then breathe out again. So feeling nice and stress-free. Before we do that on the other side, we'll do our butterfly or cobblers. So feet together. You see people with this one pulling them right in, trying to get that closeness, but it's not essential, okay? They could be right out there, wherever your knees feel most comfortable. So I'll go about halfway, and we never force the knees down, okay? You could add some gentle pressure with your elbows, but other than that, there's no need to press on it, okay? So we're gonna sit up tall to start with, maybe lift the chin, stretch the spine and the chest, and then as you breathe out, just relax. Roll down towards those feet. So the elbows are kind of on top of the knees there, if that's comfortable. And we'll do that again. So breathing in, good stretch, pull those shoulders away from the ears. And then on your breath out, just kind of melting down, relaxing with your own body weight into that stretch. And that's another one you could stay there if it's really nice on your glutes. Notice where you feel any pulling and twinging, because you know what to avoid and what's nice and what works for you. Then we're going to take this leg out then. So this one's back in nice and curled, this one's knees up, toes up, both bum cheeks down if you can, shoulders open, and then this hand this time just behind the knee or the shin or ankle if you feel like you can. Shoulders back, breathing in, so the optional arm lift. So that might be nice, you might just want to stay around there for a bit, or you can take it all the way over, and maybe you can sit there and just breathe while your left side stretches out nicely. Make sure it's comfortable. Maybe you want to reach further for your toes, or maybe you just want to ease off, or you could even move in and out of these positions. Kind of make it unique to you, because your body's unique. Okay, then we're going to come back up and relax back down. Okay, so we're coming towards the end now, so I'm going to wind it down a little bit. And at the end, instead of me sitting here on the relaxation in class, we would normally do a 10-minute relaxation. But I'll start it off and I'll say goodbye before the end, so that if you wanted to continue to relax, then you won't have me in your ear trying to nag you out of it, okay? So we'll ease off gently here, just sit comfortably. And we'll go back to the head and neck, so sit up tall. Hands can be down if you prefer. Okay, we're just gonna go sideways with the head for a few seconds, shoulders back. So you wanna feel these muscles here, the muscles that often contribute to headaches and stress. Just breathing, letting the heaviness of the head guide your movement. If you wanted more of a stretch, you could use this hand and press down a little bit to depress the shoulder joint. That's up to you. If that gets too much, then you simply let go. And if holding the positions too much, you could lift and lower if you've got any neck issues. We'll do the same on the other side. Closing my eyes just so you can get into it more, relax, less light, less sensory information coming in. And then you can really focus on how your body's feeling. Shoulders back and down. And when we hold positions, remember, you don't have to stay dead still. You can move if you need to. So that could be held as long as you wanted to as well. Then we'll lift back up tall and keep your body upright and just drop the chin. So we're stretching the top parts of the spine into the neck. Don't look at my double chin. I've got about 4. And then coming back up. So you could play around a little more. If those things feel nice, you could do like a figure 8, or you could do circles. Just be careful of any pain and if you've got any issues there. So that's good to loosen up. So the next part, if you're pregnant, we're not going to lie down on our back. So I'll give you 2 options. So if you're pregnant, we're just going to take the feet out in front wide, and we're just going to move the knees from side to side, nice and loose, relax the upper body. Because we don't want to encourage pregnant ladies to lie on their back for very long. If you're not and everything's okay, then we can just do the same thing, lying down, feet flat, and move the knees. Nice, easy breath, eyes closed, and that's lovely for the spine and hips. You could also pull the knees in towards the end just to make sure your back feels okay, and do some light movements before your relaxation. So it could just be moving your shoulders about, and think about what you feel the urge to do. I try and encourage people to make yoga their own. So you may get the urge to take a big stretch. You may get the urge to go back into one of the positions we've already done, the baby pose for a few moments, or to just hang down, or to just sit in what we call meditation pose and breathe. So I'll give you a chance there now to get comfortable, a few moments, or you could just lie down ready for your relaxation. So there is the traditional Shavasana, which is just here, very open, very supported by the floor. But for pregnancy, we recommend, if you're going to lie down, to go on your left side. It takes a lot of the pressure off the abdomen and the blood supply, and it's just a generally safer position. So you choose your position. It's important we take a few minutes a day just to breathe, just to be, just to accept ourselves as we are, and to be grateful for our bodies and all that they do. So once you've chosen your position, we're going to come back to your breathing, and I'm just going to talk you through it, and then you can stop whenever you want, okay? So comfortable lying down, seated, cushions, blankets, whatever you need, and then close your eyes again. Just focus on your breath. And I'm not going to tell you how long to breathe in and out for, because every set of lungs is different. So just breathe in very slowly so you can really enjoy it. Filling up the ribs. Imagine it going right up into your face and head. And then on the breath out, a very gentle blow as everything just settles again. So try and do that for at least 3 or 4 times, maybe more. Just focusing on the breath. So this brings you to mindfulness. It brings you to the present.
stops your brain running forwards and backwards and just teaches us to appreciate this moment right now. And you've worked hard stretching out your body, so be grateful for all the things your body can do. And I'm going to let you drift off there into your relaxation, okay? So thank you everyone for joining. I hope you enjoyed that. I hope you all took something out of it. Remember just to do the bits you can and want to do. If you did enjoy and you want to check out the other classes that we've got available, pop over to the active.wales website, or there's an app in the App Store now. Just search for Active Sport and Leisure. Let us know what you think. Stay active, stay safe. Namaste.